And a lot of veterans will tell you that, you know, the Army sometimes picks up some sketchy-ass people, man. They do. They just legit do. I got 8 thoughts donating $8. Uh-oh. It says, how does that cod cock taste?
Got him! Got him!
Well, your boy Drifter finally has finished and put out a video giving the results of his score-based matchmaking $1,000 challenge. And at the end of the day, he didn't admit to anything. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. All I heard was him was crying about how he doesn't want to talk about score-based matchmaking anymore. But he did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. He did an amazing job, a great video. He is spot on the COD sucker staff parking lot is still secured. Okay, real cliff notes here. This is going on. A lot of people may not know. A lot of you probably do know. Drifter put out a challenge on score-based matchmaking. He said he'd pay $1,000 to anybody who could prove with stats that score-based matchmaking actually does exist in Call of Duty World War II authentic. I don't know what the hell it's authentic about, but it's authentic about something, being a piece of shit. But your boy Drifter put the score-based matchmaking $1,000 challenge out there. This dude named Robert from some university somewhere showed Drifter beyond a reasonable doubt the score-based matchmaking does occur, but not like you're thinking. Long story short, score-based matchmaking occurs by matching you with people based upon your win-loss ratio. If your win-loss ratio is too high and they can't find enough people to match with you, then they go to your kill-death ratio and match up that way. And Drifter had some anecdotal evidence as well from his Adderall drug-dealing Call of Duty YouTuber professional gamers. These professional Adderall MLG COD YouTubers were talking about how they were playing hardpoint and their win-loss ratio was through the roof, and next thing you know, they started getting matched up with other professional Call of Duty professional Adderall drug-dealing MLG champions as well, even though those professional drug-dealing COD champions were on the other side of the country, perhaps maybe proving the point that score-based matchmaking is in the game. And then Drifter, a couple weekends ago, was at MLG Dallas, hanging out at a gay bar, and who happens to wander in? Michael Condrey. And they're like, hey, fancy meeting you here. He's like, yeah. So after an awkward introduction, Michael Condrey began to tell Drifter that, without a doubt, Drifter, I swear to God, score-based matchmaking is not in the game, buddy. I did all the research. I went and looked at the code myself, and I'm telling you, man, you can trust me 110%. Score-based matchmaking is not in the game. And the conclusion that Drifter came to is that he doesn't give a shit anymore about score-based matchmaking. He's going to go to Waffle House and then play with some Asian who has some big boobies. Sounds like a good plan to me, Drifter. And my conclusion after all this is that you can't trust these guys. You can't trust Michael Condrey. You can't trust corporations. I'm going with Robert, the university dude who used all the information and did a bunch of research and then came to a conclusion with stats that score-based matchmaking is in the game. And I'm not going to believe a guy who runs a corporation who's a billionaire, zillionaire, I don't know, who's pretty rich, I'm sure of it, who works for Activision. No one in the history of mankind has ever said, hey, I'm going to believe CEOs of companies. They're trustworthy guys. You know, they never lie. They're always telling the truth. And the thing about Drifter is he didn't even say at the end of the day about, like, I don't believe Michael Condrey. He was, oh, shit, snap, forget that, strike it from the record. I totally forgot. There's some guy, Illuminati, deep throat, Activision mole that sent Drifter an email telling him as well that he's on the right path and that, yes, there is score-based matchmaking in the game. And Drifter was all scared about getting snuffed out in the middle of the night. He didn't want to talk about all that, just like how his house got broken into a couple of years ago. We never heard any information about that as well. I don't know, maybe Drift has a mental health problem and he is delusional and this never even actually happened, but I don't believe Michael Condrey. I don't believe any corporation. Call it what you want, and I'm going to believe Robert, and I don't know what's going on with Deep Throat, the Activision mole who sent Drifter an email may or may not have occurred. I'm not sure. Drifter might be having a fracture from reality, but Drifter, if you're watching this, I love you, man. Let me know next time you guys go to that gay bar, hang out with Michael Condrey. I would like to come in there and talk to the guy with the secret recorder, but I don't believe Michael Condrey, and I don't believe that score-based matchmaking is not in the game. I believe score-based matchmaking is in the game, and Robert proved it, and that's why Drifter paid Robert $1,000. I mean, if it wasn't in the game, why would he be paying him $1,000? Just admit it, Drifter. Yeah, you know what? Michael Condrey is not a trustworthy guy. Even though Drifter said he's never lied to me before, I mean, why all of a sudden is Drifter just going to believe some guy who's not really his friend? He's just a Call of Duty YouTuber. That's all Drifter does. He doesn't have some up-close personal relationship with Michael Condrey that I'm aware of. I don't know what goes on in the evenings in the hotel rooms at MLG events, but it sure seems like there's a whole lot going on here towards score-based matchmaking than one guy named Michael Condrey saying there isn't. I mean, Michael Condrey, let's just put this out here. All jokes aside, Michael Condrey and Sledgehammer Games didn't even know when the game first launched that they had 3 times XP going. They were even clueless on that, but yet we're going to believe them saying that, yeah, you know what, there's no score-based matchmaking. But how much trust can you put into a guy that's running the game on the biggest day of the year for gaming, the biggest day for Activision, didn't even know they launched with triple XP and took like weeks till they figured that out? I mean, come on, man, I don't have much faith in these guys. The game they released was garbage. At least Drifter did pay the guy $1,000, which is a stand-up move. Congratulations on that. And I think score-based matchmaking is in the game, long story short. And so does Drifter, but he doesn't want to admit it because he doesn't want to get his parking stall removed from the head office. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, hey, hit that like button and subscribe, because you know what? It's Christmas time and you got to make a change. New Year's is coming and you've been living your life like a loser, and you just got to say, hey, I'm turning things around, and subscribe to this channel. Things will get better for you. Life will turn around. And last but not least, you all stay black and don't dog and crack a reptilian shapeshifter. Build the moon base, harp the Spain, chemtrails, 9/11 is on job. Just Google Tower 7. Go look into the Pentagon as well. Apparently a plane with 187 people hit the Pentagon, and I don't really know if it doesn't look like it to me, and quite frankly that is something else that may be showing that 9/11 was the inside job. They're up Bohemian Grove, worship owls, Earth is flat, the moon landing is fake, Alex Jones is Bill Hicks, white men, bring it down. Don't believe Michael Condrey. Don't believe corporations. They're not really trustworthy people. Bye.
Yeah.